Hello, we're back. This is the Chelsea Football Fancast. I am Stamford Chidge. This fantastic man here is Mr. Paul Canoville, who used to play for Chelsea in the 80s. There we go. And this lovely man here is, of course, Jonathan Kydd.
And I've never played for Chelsea.
He's never played for Chelsea, but
I used to watch Chelsea in the 80s.
He's watched Chelsea in the 80s. Absolutely. Indeed. Now, we've got about, 10 minutes to go before kick-off, so a little bit more build-up for you. We've got the subs, the Chelsea subs, haven't we, Paul? Yeah. So we got Cech, Luis, Zuma, Aki, Oscar, Drogba, and Schürrle. I mean, that's a pretty strong bench, isn't it?
No Remy.
No Remy.
You mentioned no Remy.
No Remy. Yeah. I wonder what's
He's
with
been
Remy.
doing a job since every time he comes on, doesn't he? So I don't know if there's an injury there or
maybe not his type of game. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We were all kind of getting a bit, well, why isn't he playing? Why isn't that playing? La 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 la. But the bottom line is that we've got a very nasty-looking Christmas period coming up. We've got Stoke today away. We've got West Ham at home on Boxing Day. Yeah. Southampton away on the Sunday, and then we've got Spurs on New Year's Day. Those are four really tough games, I think. West Ham and Southampton, there or thereabouts in the top kind of six at the moment.
West Ham winning the last couple of games now. Southampton just came back with a win. Was that at the weekend? 3-0 against. Who was that? 3-0 against who? Let me show my
I can't remember either, but was it Everton? Was it Everton?
Yeah, Everton.
Yeah, it was Everton, wasn't it?
A very good win for them. And Spurs is always going to be difficult, don't get me wrong. We
away?
Beat them at home, but it will be difficult.
Come on, Paul, that's 3-point lane, mate. What are you talking about?
Wrong,
3-point lane. 3-point lane.
So we're going to love that. But as you said, 6 games and 4 games are going to be tough over the Christmas period, which is going to be tough. The boys are going to be on edge, and don't get me wrong.
Horses for courses, mate, surely.
Celebrations are left out, and we've got a
selection, though.
2 months ago, the West Ham game would have been 3 points for us, but now it's...
They're looking good.
No, they're looking very good.
And Carroll's back, and I've always thought Carroll was a good player. Very old-fashioned striker, but nonetheless, huge effort he puts in. Wonderful.
But I'm thinking, with the selection that he's gone tonight, I think he's picking a team for this game, number one.
Okay.
But I also think he's got one eye on the fact that we have got 4 very, very tough fixtures coming up. So I think it's a little bit of horses for courses. I don't know about Remy. In fact, if anybody's listening and they know what's happening with Remy, either tweet us or say a comment on Mixlr. But I have a suspicion that he would rather have Drogba on the bench as a striker in what will probably be a physical game.
Right.
So I get that. We know why he's picked Mikel, because we're thinking the same thing. But I think that you will find that a lot of the squad are going to get a run out over these 4 games. I mean, I think he'll always try and pick the best 11 that he's got, but I think he's got one eye on the fact that these are 4 very tough games coming up.
First 45 minutes is going to be the tester. Don't get me wrong, with Stoke. We're going to see, Josie's going to see how it develops, obviously. As you said, Costa, don't get me wrong, still carrying a little injury. That's the reason why we still have Drogba there as such.
We're kind of nursing him through, aren't we, Paul? You get that feeling?
We have to. We've got, how many months left? 4 or 5 more months left till the end of the season. But yeah, he's done a job. He's doing a job, and he continues. But obviously, playing the full 90 minutes is difficult for him. So it's, as I said, the first 45 minutes is the first thing that he's going to see. If it's going to be easier, then we can rest him.
How do you think Chelsea should approach it then, early doors? Because, one of the criticisms that we've had of the side this season, there haven't been many things to criticise, let's be fair, but one of them is that their tempo can be quite slow at the start.
We can do, and that's been our problem for a couple of seasons, Chelsea. We start off slow. But I'm impressed this season. We've started off all right.
A couple of games we've really come out
the gas, you know what I mean, in certain games. I hope that we start off with that direction today, straight at them. Let's not be frightened of Stoke, which we're not. But obviously, let's play our game, and that's the thing about it. And what we do attacking. And we're good at it. So if we are coming there at Britannia with that attacking flair, they're going to be scared of us.
Here's the thing, Paul. Do you think Stoke are going to give us a game, or do you think that they'll do what Sunderland and Newcastle did, which is to basically park the bus and try and hit us on the counter? Do you think they'll actually try and give it a go?
Every team now, is what I say, this is how it is, the record. You see a team and that management will see that team, how did they play against Chelsea and what did work with them? And they've seen that now. And they've come now, you're coming to our ground. Hey, well, why don't we develop that?
So you reckon they might?
They can do it.
You think they will?
I don't know. I wouldn't like to say they will, Because
I think they
we
will.
know Mark
You think they will?
usually can play
there'll be
football.
emphasis on
But
that.
the boys can
He
play.
can, but at the same time, he can also
loves his
do that.
attacking through.
He's good at doing different tactics, Hughes. He's quite happy to do
So-
that. And then come out break on the break.
There you go.
If they can boot the ball down to Crouch, you can hold the ball up more than...
And
more
if
than
that's
most-
what they're
most
seeing
centre
by
forwards.
other clubs, then you know what I mean. They might.
A few
go ahead
Mixler
and do
stuff.
Oh, we got Mixler stuff.
How long is Chidge going to keep broadcasting on Mixler? I'm tuning out when he goes to the loo. That's from
Daniel, I've got to say, Daniel Klassen, my favourite bloke from Vancouver and a fellow Rush fan. How dare you? How dare you coat me off as a fellow Rush fan, Daniel? I have never, ever... I am such a professional that I always turn my radio mic off when I go to the loo, particularly if I'm doing a number 2. And I shall... That rhymed, actually, didn't it?
He's also saying the show is too smooth, needs more mischievous behaviour
Oh,
and bickering.
mate, the night is young yet. The
Darren-
night is very young.
It's to do with, yes, it was Darren was the yin to Chidge's yang. So they're after,
Do you know
they're
what?
after
You're
Darren
reading out last week's.
Are they last
That's
week's?
last week's. He's probably not even listening, and we're having a go.
There's
Hang on.
nobody here.
No, there is. Here
Oh,
we
with
go.
this end?
You need to be
6 days.
There we go.
Oh, yeah,
there we
yeah,
go.
Yeah. They were good though, weren't they?
That was
good.
it. Sounded great. We'll call that a bit of a practice run,
11
shall we?
new chat messages.
So who have we got stuff from?
Oh, that's pretty
The
good.
Jersey guy says everything is lovely.
Mourinho's team selection being very vengeful deity.
Oh, been called a vengeful
called
deity
by Jonathan Kydd in the Telegraph. Opens with a quote from Glenn Johnson.
FFS, yes. I mean, what does that mean? A vengeful deity? Because he's dropped Oscar or something. I mean, that's...
No, because he's coming back and he wants blood, doesn't he? He wants to win.
Yeah, well,
So
okay,
saying.
fair enough. I think that's a bit weird.
Everything is lovely.
That's it, I think, really. Oh, no, Jacaranda Chicks put the link on
Most journocrats reach for the dramatic when covering him.
What's the password for your
Jacaranda
thing again? Because hang on, mentioned by Dr. Martin's Boots. Hi from the football factory in the Big Apple. This is Dr. Mart. Remember Dr. Mart? He's tweeted us from New York. He's in the football factory in the Big Apple. Come on, you Blues.
Well done.
Nice one, smart. If you are, I doubt if you are listening because you won't be in a pub getting horribly drunk with the decent boys from New York. I mean, you know the New York Blues, don't you? Michael Neat, Steve Neat.
Yeah.
There we go. We got a bit of action on the TV now. We've got Eden Hazard.
Can you believe
Eden Hazard. I love it. I'm
Am
getting
I allowed
excited.
to sing now?
You can
Because I
sing.
don't normally sing.
I was going to say, because we said to Paul a minute ago, you know, how he thinks that we should start, in the first kind of 5 to 10 minutes. See, Jonathan's match warm-up usually is a lovely kind of roast dinner and a nice bottle of claret in Aussies in the East Upper, and then he
No,
kind
East Middle,
sorry,
please.
East Middle, and he saunters down. I tell you, you should next time. He invited me the other week, Paul. You get him to invite you there. You'll love it. You get a lovely 3-course meal.
You ever been in the East, in the Middle
You should
East?
take him
and
along.
Middle? No, I have not. Oh God, you come be my guest one time.
You should do that. You'd love it. And the seats, he's right at the front of the
Right
East
at the
Middle,
front.
man.
Yeah.
The seats are superb.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Anyway, the weird thing is what you don't know, because I might take a photograph of this when we're having a break, and you can see what we're looking at. We've got this huge, great big monitor, and if we recognise anybody on the telly for the crowd shots, I do recognise him, the big bloke. Anyway, what we've got this big.
Robert Huth. Oh, he's talking Robert Huth.
Remember Hoofy?
Well, I do. He's now gone off the football in typical Monday night football. I expect. What's his name?
Do you this ad that's on now?
Yeah.
I did all the original animatics for
Did
this
you
ad.
really?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Were you that hippo?
I had to play the hippo, yeah. I also played the voiceover in a very
an octopus,
slightly
actually.
worrying, whatever it is, yeah.
Anyway, we've got this
that
huge...
wasn't there, they hadn't done it yet.
We've got this huge TV, and because we can't really have the sound on, because that would be infringing some awful copyright thing, we have subtitles, so we're going to get weird subtitles.
I'll read them out if you like.
I think we could, yeah.
No, I think that would be...
But I mean, anyway, maybe not. How long have we got to kick off? About 2 or 3 minutes. We've got to have a little quick break before we come back for the kick-off. I don't know when they're going to let us go, but we'll keep talking until we have to. Anyway, there's Bojan. Stoke are delighted to have this man back after his hip injury. I didn't know he had a hip injury.
I heard that earlier.
Okay, right, very quickly, before we kick off, what's your prediction then, Paul? What's the score?
I never usually put predictions, but just for you today...
Just for us.
Maybe a 3-1.
3-1 to us?
Yes.
Good man. Jonathan?
I like 3-1 as well.
You like 3-1?
Yeah.
I'm going to be
a bit cagey.
I'm going to be a bit negatory.
And be 1-1.
And I'm going to say 2-1 to the Chelsea.
2-1, okay.
I think we could probably go to a very quick break, if you like, boys, and then we'll come back in time for kick-off. We'll see you in a sec. Look forward to the match.
Stone Island.